Well, this is my collection of telescopes and equipment which I have gathered over the years. And if you are looking to buy new gear or new telescope in 2026, this is the video you should watch. Well, there are some unique things over here. Some are telescopes and some are for photography, and there's one binoculars also. Stick around till the end to find out which one is the best for you. Starting from the smallest one in the list over here, this is not exactly a telescope. This is a portable star tracker known as Star Adventure. This has been surpassed by much better gear now. But this is a very portable and essentially it can fit any DSLR or a small camera on this. And this is very good for capturing objects like Orion, Andromeda, the moon, and Milky Way. And this can get you excellent landscapes with Milky Way. I would really not recommend anyone to buy this right now because there are smart telescopes in the market right now which can do a far better job than this. This is a full manual thing. You have to find manually everything. Not really easy to use. So in 2026, I would not recommend this product to anyone, but since I have it, I have to show it. This one is a Star Adventure. Yeah. So moving on to the next telescope, or the first telescope on the list, which you should definitely not buy in my opinion, is this Celestron telescope. Well, Celestron is not a bad company. I have many Celestron products, but this design is really of no use. It seems very easy to use and cheap, but it's actually not for everyone. This one is very frustrating to use. It is a 600 mm focal length f7 and it's a refractor design. The only benefit of this is that it's a refractor and the optics need not be collimated, but I would advise everyone to stay away from this if you are just beginning out in the hobby. This is sold as a go-to telescope, automatic telescope. You can star align and find objects, but trust me, I've used it and it's not really recommended for everyone. Instead, what you should get if you're just starting out this hobby, as I have said in my earlier videos, you should get one of these. Now these are super easy to use. You just point them and view the moon, and you can even watch the Jupiter and its moon, Saturn and its ring. This is an excellent product, very sharp optics, much better than this and half the price. So you should get one of these. If you are just starting out in the hobby, I would recommend this over this any day. Now moving on, well, this is something which I would recommend for any advanced users or those who are wanting to get into astrophotography. Now this has two parts to it. One is the telescope itself and the other is the mount. Well, the beauty of this setup is that this is an equatorial mount and it can track in two axes. It can track like this and like this also, which is excellent for deep sky photography and anything. Not very easy to use again, but this is essential if you want to do any sort of deep sky photography. And the telescope which is mounted on this is a 6-inch telescope. This is a very fast telescope. It is only 600 mm, but it's an f4 focal ratio. This is also 600 mm, but this is f7. This is 600 mm f4. So you can imagine it, the amount of light it can gather. This is an out and out telescope made for photography. That's why I mounted this on the equatorial mount. You can do visual from this, but I would recommend this setup, equatorial mount with an astrograph Newtonian, for someone who wants to get into deep sky photography. Now this is my newest purchase over here. I've only used this once right now. Now this is also by Celestron. This was a 6-inch. This is an 8-inch telescope. The beauty of this is the longest focal length which I have in my collection. This is 2000 mm. Yeah, 2000 mm focal length. And this is super easy to use, and this is for visual because as you can see, this is also mounted on a mount, but this can only track in one axis. So this is not ideal. This mount is not ideal for photography, but it is very easy and simple to use for visual. Now the beauty of this setup is you can swap this telescope, you can mount this telescope onto this telescope, this mount over here. So you can use this telescope with this mount and you will get 2000 mm focal length, in which you can capture the small galaxies in extreme detail. So this one again is a brand new telescope, twist. As you can see, this is Celestron. This is an SCT type telescope, 2000 mm f10, which is a slow telescope, but this is ideal for capturing long exposures where you can capture 4 or 5 hours of data and integrate them. But you will have to mount this telescope on this mount. This mount is for visual. Very easy to use by Celestron. Now I made a unboxing video of this telescope. My last video was the unboxing of this telescope. These both are very new in my collection. I've used them once. This is a Dobsonian type of telescope. This is an f4 telescope, but 1200 mm focal length. This is a 10-inch mirror. It's a 10-inch mirror. So I'm going line wise, 6-inch, 8-inch, and now to a 10-inch telescope. Now again, this telescope is perfect for visual. I know you might be getting confused on what is for visual, what is for photography. Don't worry, I'll just explain in brief in the end. But this one is for visual. This is also on a go-to mount. This is one of the best purchases and one of the best telescopes you can buy for visual. You can get in 6 inches, 8 inches, 10 inches, 12 inches variety. I would recommend, if you are just starting out, you can get the 8 or 6 inches Skywatcher Dobsonian telescope. This is an excellent telescope for visual. Nothing can beat this in the visual department. This is literally a light bucket, and the design is very simple. It has nothing to it. Very easy to collimate and very easy to operate, and you can be up and running for this telescope in 5 minutes. It's ultra portable. This is a collapsible. This just goes down, and this is telescope can be operated by a single person. So this is my number one recommendation. So this is my number one recommendation for anyone who just wants to do visual astronomy. I would recommend a 6 or an 8-inch, as a 10-inch is a bit expensive. And if you have the budget, then you should definitely get this 10-inch. The last telescope here is a total beast. And you can see the immense size difference between a 10-inch and a 6-inch and an 8-inch. And this is, as you guessed right, most of you know who have come to my channel. This is a 16-inch Dobsonian telescope, which is an absolutely beast to use, and nothing compares to this. If you are a bit serious for visual astronomy, then you should be getting one of these. These are very rare and not many people have in India, but I think this is the only one in central India. This is literally, I've again said, a bucket of light. This is a 16-inch mirror, very fast telescope, f4, and 1800 mm focal length, and you can really resolve very tiny details. And if this is used in a dark sky location, nothing beats this, and you can really see the faintest galaxies you can imagine. So coming back to which one should you get? Well, as I said, if you are just beginning out in the hobby and you cannot spend many nights watching or stargazing, then you should definitely get one of this. This is no nonsense, very simple to use. And most people think this is not a telescope, but this is exactly a telescope. There's nothing different in this. There's nothing to be maintained in this. You just keep it nicely, and this will last you for years. So this is my number one recommendation for anyone who just wants to gift their child a small telescope, beginner telescope. Do not give them this. This is in the about 10 to 12,000 range, and this is an excellent choice to just get into the hobby. If you want to get into astrophotography and you have the time and you can dedicate the time, then I think you should get something like this setup. Not necessarily the same mount, but you can get a 6 or an 8-inch astrograph, which is designed for photography, and you definitely need an EQ mount, equatorial mount, which can track in both the axes, and this one will get you started into astrophotography. This one will cost you around 2 lakhs. This mount would be 1.5 lakh, and this might be 30-40,000. But You need a lot more gear for astrophotography, but this will get you started. Now, if you only want to do visual, I would recommend you getting a Dobsonian type of telescope. You can get a manual one or a go-to one which has a base like this. You can get in 8 inches or 10 inches, 6 inches, anything. This is my choice for visual astronomy, Skywatcher one or a GSO one. This is a very expensive thing, not cheap, because this is extremely high quality. But you can get in GSO or anything, and I would recommend a 6 inch or a 8 inch one in this. This is a 10 inch, and so
Starting from
this might start from 70-80,000, and it can go anywhere up to 4-5 lakhs, but depends on if you want a go-to one, automatic one, which will find targets for you automatic, or you can find a manual one also. And finally, I would recommend, if you are very serious for visual, then you should get something like this. This will last you for years, and generations can use it, as physics do not change, optics do not change, there's no technology in this, and nothing can beat this. So if you are very serious and you want your things to last generations, then this one is the one you should get. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and things were a bit clear. So yes, I'll be posting my next video, and I'll be showing you Jupiter or Saturn through each one of these, including this one, hopefully, if this works. But yeah, so thank you, and hopefully this video helped you. Subscribe for more.